Section 47 of English Synonyms and Antonyms. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Ken Sterry. English Synonyms and Antonyms by James Champlin Fernald. People to Perverse. People. Synonyms: commonwealth, community, nation, population, race, state, tribe. A community is in general terms the aggregate of persons inhabiting any territory in common and viewed as having common interests. A commonwealth is such a body of persons having a common government, especially a republican government, as the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. A community may be very small. A commonwealth is ordinarily of considerable extent. A people is the aggregate of any public community, either in distinction from their rulers or as including them. A race is a division of mankind in the line of origin and ancestry. The people of the United States include members of almost every race. The use of people as signifying persons collectively, as in the statement, "The hall was full of people," has been severely criticized, but is old and accepted English, and may fitly be classified as idiomatic, and often better than persons, by reason of its collectivism. As Dean Alford suggests, it would make a strange transformation of the old hymn, "All people that on earth do dwell," to sing, "All persons that on earth do dwell." A state is an organized political community, considered in its corporate capacity as a body politic and corporate, as a legislative act is the act of the state. Every citizen is entitled to the protection of the state. A nation is an organized political community, considered with reference to the persons composing it as having certain definite boundaries, a definite number of citizens, etc. The members of a people are referred to as persons or individuals. The individual members of a state or nation are called citizens or subjects. The population of a country is simply the aggregate of persons residing within its borders, without reference to race, organization, or allegiance. Unnaturalized residents form part of the population, but not of the nation, possessing none of the rights and being subject to none of the duties of citizens. In American usage, state signifies one commonwealth of the federal union known as the United States. Tribe is now almost wholly applied to rude peoples with very imperfect political organization, as the Indian tribes, nomadic tribes. Compare mob. Perceive. Synonyms: apprehend, comprehend, conceive, understand. We perceive what is presented through the senses. We apprehend what is presented to the mind, whether through the senses or by any other means. Yet perceive is used in the figurative sense of seeing through to a conclusion in a way for which usage would not allow us to substitute apprehend, as, "Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet." John chapter 4, verse 19. That which we apprehend we catch, as with the hand. That which we conceive we are able to analyze and recompose in our mind. That which we comprehend we, as it were, grasp around, take together, seize, embrace wholly within the mind. Many things may be apprehended which cannot be comprehended. A child can apprehend the distinction between right and wrong, yet the philosopher cannot comprehend it in its fullness. We can apprehend the will of God as revealed in conscience or the Scriptures. We can conceive of certain attributes of deity, as his truth and justice, but no finite intelligence can comprehend the divine nature in its majesty, power, and perfection. Compare anticipate, arrest, catch, knowledge. Antonyms: fail of, ignore, lose, misapprehend, misconceive, miss, overlook. Perfect. Synonyms: absolute, accurate, blameless, complete, completed, consummate, correct, entire, faultless, finished, holy, ideal, immaculate, sinless, spotless, stainless, unblemished, undefiled. That is perfect to which nothing can be added, and from which nothing can be taken without impairing its excellence, marring its symmetry, or detracting from its worth. In this fullest sense, God alone is perfect, but in a limited sense, anything may be perfect in its kind, as a perfect flower. A copy of a document is perfect when it is accurate in every particular. A vase may be called perfect when entire and unblemished, even though not artistically faultless. The best judges never pronounce a work of art perfect, because they always see ideal possibilities not yet attained. Even the ideal is not perfect, by reason of the imperfection of the human mind. A human character faultlessly holy would be morally perfect, though finite. That which is absolute is free from admixture, as absolute alcohol, and in the highest and fullest sense free from imperfection or limitation, as absolute holiness and love are attributes of God alone. In philosophical language, absolute signifies free from all necessary or even from all possible relations, not dependent or limited, unrelated and unconditioned, truth immediately known, as intuitive truth is absolute. God, as self-existent and free from all limitation or dependence, is called the absolute being, or simply the absolute. Compare innocent, infinite, radical. Antonyms: bad, blemished, corrupt, corrupted, defaced, defective, deficient, deformed, fallible, faulty, imperfect, incomplete, inferior, insufficient, marred, meager, perverted, poor, ruined, scant, short, spoiled, worthless. Permanent. Synonyms: abiding, changeless, constant, durable, enduring, fixed, immutable, invariable, lasting, perpetual, persistent, stable, steadfast, unchangeable, unchanging. Durable, from the Latin durus, hard, is said almost wholly of material substances that resist wear. Lasting is said of either material or immaterial things. Permanent is a word of wider meaning. A thing is permanent which is not liable to change, as a permanent color. Buildings upon a farm are called permanent improvements. Enduring is a higher word, applied to that which resists both time and change, as enduring fame. Antonyms: see synonyms for transient. Permission. Synonyms: allowance, authority, authorization, consent, leave, liberty, license, permit. Authority unites the right and power of control. Age, wisdom, and character give authority to their possessor. A book of learned research has authority, and is even called an authority. Permission justifies another in acting without interference or censure, and usually implies some degree of approval. Authority gives a certain right of control over all that may be affected by the action. There may be a failure to object, which constitutes an implied permission, though this is more properly expressed by allowance. We allow what we do not oppose, permit what we expressly authorize. The noun permit implies a formal written permission. License is a formal permission granted by competent authority to an individual To do some act or pursue some business which would be or